I take the floor today to speak in support of the Hoeven-Corker amendment that will soon be filed. Let me just say that the goal of the so-called Gang of Eight has always been to bring forward from Congress a solution to our broken immigration system. We introduced our bill knowing full well that it would be a starting point for this legislative process. We had, under Senator Leahy and Senator Grassley's purview, a great markup in the Judiciary Committee. It went on for days, more than 300 amendments filed, more than 100 adopted. We've had a full-throated debate in this chamber already on this bill. And out of this vetting and this debate that we've had several consistent messages on things that need to be improved in the legislation. And what we're doing right now, I think, is going a long way to deal with these concerns. We've heard that we've allowed too much discretion to write the strategy for the border security plan. We've given too much to the Department of Homeland Security that will simply spend the billions of dollars that will be appropriated eventually. This amendment includes a detailed list of technologies that will have to be put in place by the department. We will set a minimum floor of what they have to do, and then they can go beyond that. The underlying legislation, we require that a strategy is deployed in the underlying legislation, that an entry-exit system for all airports and seaports be in place, and that E-Verify be up and running for all businesses in the United States before anyone is granted legal permanent residency. There are persistent concerns that still won't be sufficient to ensure a secure border, that we need more incentive there. This amendment filed by Senators Hoeven and Corker will require 700 miles of fence be completed and that we have double the number of border agents that we currently have. These things have to be done before anybody in provisional status adjusts to get a green card. This is important. This amendment dramatically increases the trigger that will have to be met in order for anyone, as I said, who is in provisional status to adjust to get a green card. This is a product of the ongoing scrutiny that this bill has received, the scrutiny that it deserves. We said from the very beginning that this bill deserves debate, due process, through committee and on the floor in this chamber. And it is receiving that today, and it is a better bill for it. It is going to be considerably improved, particularly after the Hoeven-Corker amendment is introduced and hopefully adopted. I hope that in the coming days we'll also have as much scrutiny on the positive aspects of this bill. State and local governments currently deal with a sizable undocumented population, all of them, particularly in Arizona. Businesses are looking for a legal workforce that they simply don't have access to right now. Right now, the best and the brightest come here, we educate them in our universities, and then we send them home to compete against us because we won't allow them to stay on a visa. The U.S. economy overall could use the boost that will come if we can pass meaningful immigration reform. Again, I support this amendment. I commend my colleagues from Tennessee and North Dakota and all those who are working in the Gang of Eight and elsewhere. There are some who say that many people are trying to kill this bill and bring poison pill amendments. For the most part, what I've seen are people who want to improve this legislation, to make it better, to deal this problem in a way that will solve it for good, so we don't have to return to this a couple of years from now. Again, I appreciate my colleagues for offering the amendment. I look forward to discussing it either this weekend or next week. I yield the floor.